Hey family, what's good? This is your girl, I am the Bronze Goddess, and I'm doing this, well, I'm not even going to say that it's a quick video because I don't know how long it's going to be honest. Um, I wanted to talk to you guys about where your man is, okay? If you're single out there and you're getting tired of being single, trust me, your girl has been there. Whoo, Lordy, I was tired of being single at one point, and I felt like, God, what's the problem? I mean, do I have to snatch somebody and make this happen myself? Darn near almost did. Okay, what? That's another story for another day. Almost did. But I thank God for being patient. But anyway, I want to talk to you guys just really briefly about the relationship that I have with my husband. Just briefly, okay? My husband and I were together. We went on like 5 dates, and I really liked him. I thought that he was amazing. I thought I thought it had potential. It wasn't even really a relationship. Just like 5 dates, 4 or 5 dates, and really liked him. And I went home on Christmas vacation, and some things were going on at home, and I was like, and I had to move back home abruptly. I didn't even have time to really say goodbye. And I didn't believe in a long distance relationship, so I just was kind of like, I guess this isn't meant to be. I really had a great time, and I told him over the phone, I'm not coming back to Atlanta. And I could tell by his voice that he was disappointed and everything. And I was kind of, I really didn't understand, to be honest. I was like, well, God, I finally find somebody who is nice and just amazing, quite amazing. And why can't we be together? Like, why? But I'm like, okay, but I trust you. I guess there's somebody even better than him, which I'm thinking like, so good luck. I guess there's somebody even better for me. So I'm home in my hometown for like a year and a half, not even talking to him. I didn't want to waste his time or mine. And I ended up getting ready to move back to Atlanta. So we ended up reconnecting, which is the story behind us reconnecting is almost a miracle. But we ended up reconnecting, and I told him, I said, I'm actually going to be coming to Atlanta for a week on vacation. And I said, ideally, I'd like to find a job while I'm on vacation so that I can move back to Atlanta with a job and all of that. So I went to Atlanta. I went to the temporary agency who I'd worked with before in the past. And I told him I only wanted to go on jobs that were temp to perm. I told him, I'm really trying to find a job this week. I know that's kind of a tall order, but that's really what I want. So they sent me to this job, and I'm working there all week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And they don't say anything to me. So nice, but didn't say anything. So Friday afternoon, the end of the day, and I'm getting ready to leave, and I'm like saying bye to everybody, like, bye, girl, all right now, bye, all right now, all right. Saying bye to everybody. Because I knew I probably wasn't going to see them again. So the doctor who I was working with, he was like, so you leaving? And I was like, yes, did I not say bye? And he was like, hold on. Before you leave, I want you to go see whatever the heck her name was. I forgot her name, but she was the office manager. So I thought I had to do some paperwork or something like that. So I was like, okay. So I went in there, and she was like, how'd you like everything? And I was like, well, I really liked it. Everybody was so nice. I really had a good time. Everybody was really nice. I liked the doctor who I worked with, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, would you consider working here? I was so excited because I thought that was crazy to be able to get a job in a week. And so I was like, yes. So all I got to do was tell my job back home, give them 2 weeks notice, and I will be here. I'll be here in 2 weeks. I got in the car. I was like screaming, and I called the man who would eventually become my husband, and I told him, I said, they gave me the job. They offered me the job. And he was so excited. Like, he was more excited for me than I was for myself, and that's how I knew. And it never changed. To this day, if I get good news, and it's really good news, he's always like even more excited. Like, he loves to see me happy, but that's neither here nor there. But my point is, when I got back to Atlanta, once I moved back, we were together like ever since. Ever since. And here we are almost 9 years later, married, happily married, 2 little tankhead kids, 2 little crumb snatchers. But my point is, I couldn't understand why when I was single and going through it, especially after we met, thought I met the perfect guy for me, and then ended up having to get separated from him. I kind of was questioning God as to where is he? Where is the person that you have for me? You said it's not good for a man to be alone. I'm sure you meant women too. Like, where is the person for me? I'm getting older. What's going on? But God was preparing him. One of the first things he told me when we got back together was, I've become a Christian. And I don't know if you know, I hope that's not a problem for you, but I joined a church and I'm a Christian now, and this is what I'm doing. And That's why I got it. Like the minute he said that, I felt like I get it. That's why we couldn't have gotten together a year and a half ago. Because God had to work on you and he had to work on me so that when we did get together, we had a strong foundation. Our foundation was our faith. God was at the center of our relationship and not like an afterthought. And so for those of you out there, I hope you guys are kind of rocking with me and you get my point. A lot of times when you're single, you don't know what's going on. What is taking so long? I wanted to be married by the time I was 25. First kid by 28, second kid by 30, done with kids by 35. Like you have all these plans in your head and you're tapping your watch on God. Like he goes by your clock. So you're going to ask where your man or your woman is? They are being prepared for you. So be patient. Has any gift God ever given you not been worth the wait? Anytime. If God is blessing you with something, it's always worth the wait. Whether it's a house or a job or the person you're going to spend the rest of your life with. Don't just snatch somebody up because you're tired of being single. Because that relationship won't last and you will be single again. Wait on the Lord. Just wait on him. If you just make sure that you consult him and that you're patient. Boaz found Ruth when she was gleaning in the fields. Somebody is going to find you when it's the perfect time. So anyway, I just want to say that. Hope you guys kind of get my point. There's definitely some pieces out of my little story, but I'm keeping some stuff private. But for the most part, you guys kind of get my point. We were separated. We got back together at the perfect time. A year and a half ago wasn't the time, but it was the time then. Once we had worked on our faith and built our relationship with God. When you build your relationship with God, then you can build your relationship with somebody else. But to me, that's my philosophy on it. And guys, I'm a Christian, so you guys already know that. So, but anyway, just don't get weary in your well-doing, and don't think that God's forgotten about you, and don't think that I had one person write me one time. She said her own mama told her, maybe you ain't supposed to get married. Your mama tripping. I mean, I don't want to hurt. I don't like talking about nobody's mama, but your mama tripping. Yes, God has somebody for you. He said in his own word, it is not good for man to be alone, man and woman. There is somebody out there for you. And don't just give up on love because it doesn't happen on your own time. Just like Sarah. I talked about it just briefly. Sarah in the Bible, she wanted to have a baby. She was getting older and older and older. And she was like, well, God, when is it going to happen? When I'm old and gray? God did bless her in due time. People always think that it's taken too long. God does things on his own time, and it's always worth the wait. Every single time. But anyway, I love you guys, and I hope that this encourages all of my single ladies out there and single gentlemen. Continue to pray and continue to put God, and then when you do get in a relationship with somebody, make sure you put God first. That's the strongest foundation you can build on is a relationship with God. Because it's a connection. Like, I don't have to worry about always trying to get through to my husband because I know that he prays. I pray for him. Let God deal with him about certain things. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I don't know. To me, it's like an added bonus that I don't have to do everything alone. That I have God in the center. I can pray about it. I know he's going to pray about it. No matter what it is, I know I'm going to pray. I know he's going to pray. I know we're going to pray. So God's always involved in the decisions. Nobody has the perfect relationship. I'm not saying at all that I have the perfect relationship because I don't. Everybody has issues. I'm happy though. Okay? I don't even try. I'm not trying to front either. Lord knows I am happier than I've ever been. Because I know that I'm with the person who God has for me. And I'm grateful. And even though it didn't happen when I wanted to happen and I felt like it was taking too long, I'm happy now. It was worth the wait. He was worth the wait. And your person that God has for you will be worth the wait. You won't be worrying about years that you didn't do this, you didn't do that. You'll be so happy to have who God has for you that you'll forget about all of that. It's kind of like when you have a baby. I went through 45 hours of labor with Yana. 45 hours. They told me they would stop me at 2 days. Somebody must have felt sorry for me at 45 hours and then was like, okay, we got to help her. But when I saw her face and I cared about the 45 hours, I literally held her all night. All night. I stared at her and held her. I was so excited. I loved her so much instantly. It's always worth the wait. Anyway, I love you guys and I'll see you all in the next video. Till next time. Later, divas and dudes. Deuces.